Good evening.
Welcome to Tucker Carlson tonight.
Because he was a Klan leader that had, the Habagetter Klan had kind of taken over the town. They were taking the food, any of the aid that we were giving to Somalia, also weapons, and they're running drugs.
Democrats have before them about who their nominee should be is a very important one. They deserve to know the truth about the candidates that are before them, and especially on this issue of criminal justice reform that's impacting so many people across this country because it is so broken. Senator Kamala Harris was in a position to first debate. But, you know, look, I wish there was a more fair and balanced approach.
In New York, where 84,000 ballots were just disappeared, that was 1 out of every 4 voters not counted for. They were rejected in New York. How could you have a system where a single battleground state is in question because of a lapse like that? That is going to be a disaster.
Peacefully challenged, right? And they don't want us to talk about them. That despite the fact that they had to board up.
You know, there's been political disagreements long before identity politics. People disagree. That is what America is about, that we have racism is no longer the predominant characteristic of America if it ever was. It was a part of it. It was never the defining feature, but it certainly is not. This still remains a land of opportunity. The alternative explanation is that there are profound behavioral differences, choices that individuals make that determine social outcomes.
Authoritarians love authoritarianism, so they're taking this opportunity when we're all confused, we're all locked at home. The only way we can communicate with each other is through their pipes, is through YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and everything else. And they're actually...
Well, America has experienced a rapid, in fact, a massive inflation in genders.
Sign a document complying with her asking me to apologize to the class as well as giving her a written apology. She asked that I would stand in front of the class in silence as I apologized.
And that's what I've been working on for the last couple of months. I was never going back. I was never going back to the campaign, and that's where these guys messed up. My platform's bigger now. My voice is bigger. I've got more resources. And all we're focused on is to make sure that the progressive left and the corporatists cannot steal the election with Donald Trump.
It is ridiculous. Yep. And it had nothing to do with race. I wasn't worried what the race was of the mob that came through my gate. I was worried that I was going to be killed. I didn't care what race they were.
It's disgusting.
I mean, absolutely. From what I did see, I'd seen a couple people.
It's shocking to us too. Trust me, in the actual journalism business.
Are you open?
No. Nothing but hate, text messages, death threats. They're going to burn my hair salon down. My Yelp page is just unbelievable.
It's only crackpots and crazy people believed in UFOs. That's what I thought anyway.
And air safety issue here.
Yes.
Well, they should be, and that's what we certainly did at the Ministry of Defense for many years. We took it very seriously. Our own pilots were seeing these things.
I mean, just look at what Jeffrey Epstein did going back 10, 15 years ago. He paid money to the Palm Beach Police Department. Police departments shouldn't be accepting money from private citizens.
No.
When he was, what sex offender?
Briefly, from my first report, I can present the solid scientific evidence to our audience that this virus, COVID-19 SARS-CoV-2 virus, actually is not from nature. It is a man-made virus created in the lab based on the China military discovered and owned the very unique bat coronavirus, which cannot affect people, but after the modification, becomes a very harmful virus at now. So I have evidence to show why they can do it, what they have done, how did they do it.